us to discuss this and more is Caroline Marshall-Foster. She's managing editor of Florist and Wholesale Buyer magazine, the independent trade magazine for the UK retail flower industry. It's great to have you in.
Thank you.
First of all, the oak trees that are going into the Abbey there, quite amazing. Have you been involved in that kind of thing before? Is this something new? Or?
It's a very brave and very different way of decoring a church, and I have to say I love it. I mean, details have been so scant as to what's going to be happening with the royal wedding, and when the first pictures were released, I just sort of went, oh, this is great, and it just is going to start a huge trend. And it's something that, okay, you may not be able to do it at 20 feet high trees, but you can replicate in lots of weddings, however big or small they are. And I think it's great to see plants that can be reused and replanted and be a constant reminder of what I think is going to be a fabulous day.
And a very individual stamp on this wedding as well, that's going to mark it out from, well, it is a royal wedding, so there aren't many of those, but it's going to mark it out from all the others.
I think Miss Middleton has really shown that she is different and that she has her own style, and this is my fifth royal wedding that I've seen, and it's always been green and white, and already she's breaking the rules and the traditions, but in an absolutely wonderful way, you know, using floriography, which is the language of flowers, to express sentiments and feelings. You know, I looked at some of them and I thought determination, that's quite a good one, and love and all the rest of it, and the fact that they've all been brought from royal places, so very evocative of the couple and the day. I think it's great. And Shane, you know, who knows what he's going to do.
He's the florist.
Shane Connolly is the lead florist. You have to remember that there are lots of florists involved in this, because there are parties going on in several locations, and the logistics involved in decoring Buckingham Palace, the place where the party is going to be held the night before, etc., etc., because there are some details that haven't come out, is going to be a mammoth task, and just collating and getting all the flowers and the plants from all over the country. And what I adore is the fact that so much of it is coming from UK growers.
I think I saw actually going in as well some wisteria, which they were just about to pop, and you're talking about the logistics there of collating everything. I mean, they must have to make sure that if they are taking plants that are going to flower, they want to be sure they're going to flower at the right moment. It would be such a shame if they're not in full bloom.
I was going to say, well, this is the
that?
problem. I mean, I saw your earlier piece about the ash cloud. The whole flower and plant industry is so controlled by weather conditions, and you know, the growers who have been working on this, I suspect, for a fair few months. Yes, they will have to look after them. I mean, I actually got married the 5th of May, so wisteria was very heavily featured in my wedding, and it was just passing, you know. Now they're just going to make it want to just come out, so it is a timing issue par excellence.
So where are they keeping them all? I mean, there are thousands of flowers. How are they being stored? Where are they being...
Most of the flowers probably haven't got there just yet. Right. I mean, they will start coming in. Where are we? We're Tuesday now, so they'll start coming in tonight, tomorrow. They'll be kept in cold chillers. If you keep flowers at a certain optimum temperature, it's fine. You always should keep they'll be kept in special chemicals, and good chemicals, I hasten to add, which just keep the flowers in perfect condition. So, and they'll be cut and conditioned and stood in water, and as the flowers, depending on the variety, because some varieties will last better than others, and the more fragile flowers will come in very last minute. There's going to be a lot of all-night stints going on to get this.
You were talking about the symbolism of what they've picked out. I mean, we understand now that there'd been a lot of speculation that they were going to have oaks in the Abbey, but it's actually 6 English field maples and 2 hornbeams. I think the English field maple symbolises humility and reserve, and the hornbeam signifies resilience. Presumably that's why they've been chosen.
I think those guys are going to need resilience and determination. Yes, I mean, this is all going back to the ancient art. I mean, it's a Victorian art of floriography where a plant or a flower means something. And it all goes back to, in the old days, they couldn't actually write letters or write their emotions, so every flower had a meaning. And it's, if her bouquet, and as I say, I don't know what's going to be in her bouquet, but I would imagine each piece is going to mean something very important.
Well, we look forward to seeing the arrangements. Caroline Marshall-Foster, it's good to have you in.
Thank you very much.